You're listening to Kizuki, the podcast. I'm Mae Yoshikawa, and I define the Japanese concept of Kizuki as the following. Kizuki. 1. A moment of epiphany, an aha of realization or insight which opens the knower to a new dimension of truth that was formerly unknown. 2. Steps in an incremental growth of awareness, resulting in a movement from ignorance to greater awareness of the bigger picture. A kind of knowing that cannot be undone, that cannot be unrealized. As a longtime yoga and meditation practitioner, a world traveler, and curious self-explorer, I'm obsessed with Kizukis. Listen on each week for inspiring and enlightening stories that may just tip you over for your next aha. On this week's episode, How to Relax. Hi everyone. So this one's entitled How to Relax. I want to visit this idea because for me, it's the one that just keeps coming up again and again. I like to say when I'm sharing with my students or the larger community that learning and Kizuki, realizations, evolution, and personal growth works like a spiraling staircase where it feels like you're going round and round sometimes. But actually, if you can just reframe that and understand that like a spiraling staircase, you're not exactly in the same spot. You might be on the same theme, revisiting the same theme again, but there is an evolution where you're kind of rising above the level of awareness where you were previously at. And for me, one of the biggest themes of my life, I feel that keeps coming up again and again, is how to relax. Now that's a little bit ironic because as a yoga and meditation teacher, I got really good at guiding people into deep states of relaxation. I got really good at guiding people in shavasana at the end of a yoga class, a thorough physical, emotional letting go. And I used that even in my home birthing experience with my second son, Aiden, in creating for myself an almost all completely pain-free birthing experience. Now, the thing is that people might be in my class or people might come to me and think that, oh wow, she's really good at relaxing, but that's actually not at all how it works. The reason why I studied so much and practiced so much and got to be able to use these techniques and therefore to be able to deliver them and share them with people is because I sucked at it. And I gotta say, the tendency is still there. I remember around the age of 19, 20, just before I started yoga, and I was kind of at one of the rock bottoms of my life, I was tense. I was young and I had a lot going for me, but I was definitely tense. And in my case, as I think for many people, the physical tension is not the first. It's not the original tension. There is a psychological tension. There is an emotional sense of I'm not able to relax that manifests as a physical tension, a nervous system tension. And you gotta ask, where is this psychological tension coming from? As grown-ups, it's easy to say, oh, I'm stressed out about that matter, or this work project has a hard deadline, or maybe you have financial concerns and responsibilities that you feel like is weighing on your shoulders. But when you're 19, 20, or even when you're 11, 12, as these psychological tensions are building up towards adulthood, you're not yet carrying a lot of these adult matters, yet the emotional and psychological sense of tension is gradually building up, often in ways that we're not even aware of. So I got to thinking about this, and I was reflecting back on my childhood. Now, it's safe to say, I think, that I come from a loving family, and my parents love me, and my siblings are great, and all of that. But it's also true at the same time that psychologically and emotionally, I didn't feel completely safe at home. Now, that might sound a little strange because I wasn't abused. In many ways, I had a lot that was provided for me. So it's like, oh, be grateful, sure. But even though I came from a loving family, we were also a big family with 4 kids and grandparents. It was 8 of us at the table. It felt like sharing a meal was a race for me sometimes to get to the favorite dishes before they run out. Or there was also a lot of teasing going on. So if you made a mistake, instead of your mama scooping you up and saying, oh, it's okay, darling, it was a little bit of, ha, she did that. And as a child, I think I unknowingly absorbed these energies like, oh, I'm not exactly safe in this environment. And this is something that's deep enough that's taking years, if not decades, to come to grips with, because it's also true then that I was not able to fully relax at home. So if you're not able to relax at home, this place where you're from and where you go back to every day, how the hell then are you supposed to know how to relax? It's like feeling safe at home is like feeling safe in your body, feeling safe in your existence. And I'm guessing that many of us, not just me, maybe didn't exactly feel safe and relaxed at home, and maybe not even with your parents or siblings. Which means that as we grow up and gain awareness about these matters, we have to explore and find a way to come home to ourselves and feel safe in our skin and in our space in a way perhaps that we never had as a child and we don't even have remembrance of. And that for me, it was where the yoga came in and the meditation came in, and it's taken years and it's still an ongoing practice. But day by day, week by week, I'm choosing to catch myself in awareness and see if, oh, I can breathe a little deeper. Maybe I'm clinging on to unnecessary worries out of habit. Is there a way to relax my nervous system? Is there a way that I can think differently, to perceive circumstances differently that will help me to feel a little more safe where I am? And these are the issues, what I mean to say when I keep revisiting them like in a spiral staircase, there's always a deeper layer. There's always a more fundamental way to relax, feel safe, and come home to yourself. I also want to share with you guys a little bit of, can I say, a hack maybe, because it's not always the easiest, or might I say, it's actually the toughest to guide yourself and reteach yourself to relax and feel safe. One of the things that clearly seems to have really worked for me is that I spent so many of my years helping other people relax, and not just my children and my friends, but the larger community around my small business and all of the yoga classes and events that I've done, the meditations that I lead. I spend time joining people as I guide myself to deeper relaxation, to do it with others. So there is a sense of camaraderie, a sisterhood, a brotherhood, as we come together and say, hey, we can be safe with each other. And that's actually one of the quickest, most effective, best ways to relax deeper in your own skin too. I hope that helps, and I hope you can take it for the week. Thanks again for listening. Thank you for listening. Learn more about me in my upcoming book, Kizuki, Realizations Beyond Time and Death, at my website, maey.live, or find me on Instagram at maeyoshiKawa.